At the beginning of this episode, Ariana stands by the window, she thinks to herself. My relationship with Duke Chart begins now. I have to prepare for the worst-case scenario, and I refuse to accept a miserable ending. And with that, the scene shifts. We dive into Duke Chart's dark and painful past. 10 years ago, young Chart looks around the mansion and thinks, this mansion was once our home. An old man approaches him, Count Wislan, Chart's uncle. Wislan points at a simple table and chair and says, these cheap things should be thrown out, they don't belong here. Chart remains silent, lost in thought. Why was I chosen as the successor of the Duke family, even though I possessed no power? Wislan holds up a bottle and asks, do you know what this is? Chart replies, yes, it's a wine which was made the year I was born. Only a few days ago, his father had died. In another room, Countess Wislan speaks to Chart's mother. As the head of the House of Kaien, I would like to rearrange the furniture in this castle. Chart's mother nods politely, do as you wish. But shortly after, Count Wislan sneers to his wife, thinking Chart's mother cannot hear. Fooling her is too easy. Chart, standing quietly behind the wall, hears everything. Wislan continues, that bastard Chart's father was a duke without honor. He brought nothing but trouble to this family. If he wasn't a duke, he might have lived longer. Those words burn into young Chart's heart. He runs to his mother and whispers with trembling voice, Mother, father was murdered. But his mother immediately holds his arms and warns, you must not say such things. Without evidence, no one will believe us. Women and minors have no legal authority in this empire. That is our reality. Then she gently pets his head and speaks softly. Your father was born from a premarital pregnancy, but he was the child of true love. That's why he was accepted as a duke. Remember this, he made no mistakes. He was a good man, a great leader, even if others called him a bastard. She looks at Chart's small hands and says, we must endure everything, until your hands grow bigger than mine. In the next scene, Count Wislan shouts furiously to Duke Chart for giving a vein around his neck. How dare you expel me, he roars. Have you forgotten the gratitude I showed in raising you? But Duke Chart, now fully grown, responds with ice-cold anger. Gratitude? You sent your 15-year-old nephew to the battlefield. You attempted to assassinate me again and again. Is that what you call gratitude? He throws a manuscript on the floor. This is the written proof of your crimes, the crime of murdering my father. Duke Chart reads the message from Emperor aloud. By order of His Majesty, the House of Wislan is hereby abolished and will no longer exist within the Empire of Harpian. In the next scene, Ariana is waiting outside. After a few moments, a carriage finally arrives. Duke Chart steps down. He looks slightly surprised and asks, are you going somewhere? Did I come at the wrong time? Ariana smiles and replies, no, you have arrived at the perfect time. She gently takes Duke Chart's hand and says, let's go. Chart blinks in confusion. Go where? Ariana answers confidently, we're going on a date. Duke Chart looks shocked. Is today our date? Yes, Ariana replies. Today is the autumn festival. People usually attend it with their partners. I mentioned it before. Realizing his mistake, Duke Chart apologizes. Ariana laughs softly and says happily, I even sent you a letter, asking you to wait for me all day and pick me up. Then she adds seriously, this isn't a romantic date. She explains, we're just demonstrating our relationship so people will believe it's real. Duke Chart nods and asks, then where are we going? Ariana replies sweetly, to the Ader movie theater. After some time, they arrive at the Ader movie theater. Ariana looks around in amazement. It's much bigger than it looked in the photos. As they move forward, Duke Chart places his hand around Ariana's waist and says, the railing looks unsafe, come this way. Ariana immediately asks, why did you put your hand on my waist? Instead of answering, Duke Chart suddenly pulls her closer, wrapping an arm around her. Ariana angrily asks, what are you doing? Duke Chart calmly replies, isn't this necessary to spread rumors about our relationship? Ariana becomes irritated and snaps, don't take off someone's hat without asking. Soon the show begins. Ariana sits beside Duke Chart, watching quietly. She thinks to herself, since we've achieved our main goal, maybe we can relax a little. When the show's half ends, Ariana's eye is full of tears. Seeing her cry, Duke Chart smiles gently and says, I'm glad you enjoyed it. Ariana suddenly realizes her makeup is ruined. I need to fix my makeup, she says. Duke Chart offers, I can go with you. Ariana quickly refuses. No need, it's not far. She walks off alone. But the moment she arrives, a man suddenly grabs her and throws her into a room. Ariana glares at him and says angrily, if I get a bruise on my neck, will you take responsibility? The man laughs and replies mockingly, now it's my turn to get back at you. Ariana imitates his voice, acting like an old man and repeating his words sarcastically. Furiously, the man shouts, this girl. Ariana thinks for a moment. Should I risk my life against him? Then she speaks calmly. You must have struggled to borrow money, but you wasted it all on gambling. She looks straight at him and asks, am I wrong? She continues coldly. I was feeling perfectly fine until just now. Suddenly, Ariana lifts her skirt and kicks the man straight in his weak spot. The man collapses screaming in pain.